afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. It's
Thursday! April Fool.
Nice try.
April Fool's. Yes, indeed.
It is Friday. Happy April.
Did you get any April foolery?
Oh, I am so gullible. I fell for stuff all day long. I can't stand April Fool's Day. I believe it all.
Yes, well, you're a believer.
Yes, I am. I'm a believer.
Well, here's the actual news of the day. Today, we learned the names and faces of those arrested following a targeted shooting outside the Dane County Jail on Wednesday.
The teen charged in the deadly shooting outside Beloit High School will soon be back on his way from Michigan to Wisconsin.
And the Biden administration is trying to make cars more fuel efficient starting in 2024. How it will affect future car buyers. Let's take a look outside. Nice day for a little stroll.
Boy, the sunshine, after what we've been through this week, made a big difference.
The sun does make a big difference, but we have more snow and more rain, and Dana's in the backyard. April Fools.
Hey, this is nice. I'm not fooling anybody with the evening forecast. Once we get to the weekend, though, if you want to plug your ears, I really do understand. We have sunshine for our Friday afternoon. It's wonderful out here on the patio. We don't have to factor in a breeze. The wind chill's not much of a factor for us for this first day of April. Temperature-wise, we're in the mid-40s, still a little bit below average. But again, compared to where we've been for the last few days, it does feel really nice outside. In fact, it's a 10-degree temperature jump throughout southern Wisconsin. 44 for Madison, 43 in Janesville right now, about 47 for Boscobel and in Lone Rock. Unfortunately, I do have to say we've added an alert day to the forecast for Saturday morning. We'll have some light rain and snow early in the day. Accumulations for that snowfall landing at about 1 to 4 inches. Very similar, of course, to what we already saw earlier this week, but it's going to be a little sloshy outside early on. Winter weather advisories for Grant County extending off to the west for eastern Iowa as we look ahead to tomorrow morning. Could see those get expanded as of right now, though, just for Grant County for us tomorrow. The snow will return late tonight after midnight. Chilly temperatures expected for this weekend, and next week we'll hold a few more April showers. We'll look at the rain chances in just a bit. As far as traffic goes right now, you'll definitely want the shades for the drive home because it is bright and sunny. Eastbound along the Beltline, a few slowdown spots, but westbound looks fairly smooth for us this evening, and north and southbound on the interstate, as usual, nice and green. 25 minutes to get from the Beltline to Janesville, Middleton to Sauk City, 16 minutes, and downtown to Sun Prairie, 18 minutes for us this evening. Guys, I'm not fooling. I'm really enjoying the sunshine out here. I think I should just stay out here for the rest of the show.
It does make a big difference, and it pretty much melted all the snow from yesterday.
It really did. Some isolated shadow spots out here, still trying to hold on to the snow, but otherwise, a lot of it really melting away for us in the last about 12 hours.
Make room for tomorrow's.
Exactly.
All right, Dana, thank you.
Thank you, Dana.
From persons of interest to homicide suspects, Madison police are naming the 2 men they say are connected to Wednesday's deadly downtown shooting.
Officers have arrested Damone Cummins and Amond Galtney. We still do not know the victim's name, just that he was in his 30s and he was from Madison. Brady Mallory joins us with new details, including which charges both men will likely soon face. Brady?
Well, the shooting happened right in front of the jail, and 2 days later, police are still trying to figure out a motive and whether this is gang-related. Well, today, police confirmed the jail had just released the victim when someone shot him. Investigators found at least 12 bullet casings at the scene. A nearby officer tried to give him first aid, but the victim died later at the hospital. Investigators first considered Cummins and Galtney as persons of interest when they took them into custody near the Alliant Energy Center, but now say both are suspects. Cummins is facing first-degree intentional homicide, possession of heroin with the intent to distribute, possession of a machine gun, and obstructing officers. Galtney's charges include first-degree intentional homicide as a party to the crime, eluding police and obstructing officers. Both have yet to be formally charged. Our Brad Hamilton continues our team coverage with reaction to the case. Brad?
Well, Brady, we got a chance to speak with a father and son who actually work at an apartment complex right next to the jail. Both said that they were stunned by Wednesday's shooting. Now, the son, Max Carpenter, was actually working at the time this happened around 5 p.m. He initially believed that the sound of gunfire was just a car backfiring or some type of firework. He stayed inside the apartment complex until he heard this.
A minute or two later, you can hear someone yelling, maybe asking for help. So we walk outside to the front sidewalk here, look up the street, and then the police have already gotten onto the scene and they're working on somebody.
Max's father, Jim, says that he has been working next to the Dane County Jail since 1990 and had never heard of any type of crime happening until that happened on Wednesday. He added that whoever shot this victim in broad daylight and on the same street as MPD's headquarters was flat out brazen. Now, coming up at 5, we are going to hear from both of the Carpenters. More on this tragedy right here on South Carroll Street.
We will see you at 5, Brad. Thank you. The 19-year-old charged in connection with a deadly January shooting outside of a Beloit high school has waived his right to an extradition hearing. Amari Goodall, who was arrested in Holland, Michigan earlier this week, has waived his right to fight his extradition back to Wisconsin. Goodall is charged with 1 count of first-degree reckless homicide tied to the fatal shooting outside of Beloit Memorial High School on January 29th. 19-year-old Jion Broomfield was killed in the incident. It's unclear when Goodall will be extradited to Wisconsin.
One person died last night following a single vehicle crash on the Beltline. The Monona Police Department responded to the crash around 7:45. When they arrived, officers found 2 people who police later identified as nurses providing medical aid to 2 adult passengers who went into cardiac arrest after the crash. Police say the individuals may have overdosed. A young child who was also in the vehicle at the time of the crash was uninjured. The driver of the vehicle, a 66-year-old man, was arrested on tentative charges of 5th offense OWI with a passenger under age 16 and operating while revoked. Ukraine is denying reports its military launched an attack on Russian soil as the Russians continued their own strikes near several Ukrainian cities.
Humanitarian workers say conditions on the ground forced them to retreat today from an effort to evacuate civilians.
Deborah Alfarone has more.
A U.S. official confirms Ukrainian forces used helicopters to strike a fuel depot and set it ablaze in Russian territory. The official says Ukraine also struck a Russian ammunitions depot earlier this week. A top Ukrainian security official denies his country's involvement, though the Russians are also pointing the finger at Kyiv.
The attacks on the Russian territory, they just reflect the real intention of the Ukrainian side and the real intention for any peace talks.
We know who the aggressor is. That is President Putin and Russia.
An international Red Cross team says it will try again Saturday to reach the battered city of Mariupol to evacuate civilians. Ukrainian officials on the ground say the Russians broke their promise to create a safe humanitarian corridor.
There is no plan B here. Time is running out for the people of Mariupol.
U.S. officials expect fighting to become more intense as Russian troops regroup in the eastern Donbas region of Ukraine. To help Ukraine in the fight, 100 specialized drones from the U.S., also known as switchblades, arrived in Ukraine on Friday.
Over the past few weeks, we have delivered more than $350 million of security assistance to Ukraine.
Russian forces have left the Chernobyl nuclear site, and representatives from the UN nuclear watchdog organization are headed there now. They say the general radiation level around the decommissioned power plant is normal. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
Split almost entirely along party lines, House lawmakers voted to end the federal ban on marijuana, decriminalizing a drug for which tens of thousands of Americans are serving time behind bars. The bill to legalize marijuana brought passionate debate from House lawmakers. It passed 220 to 204, almost entirely on party lines. Republicans argued the U.S. has more urgent priorities.
Record crime, record inflation, record gas prices, record number of illegal immigrants crossing our southern border. And what are Democrats doing today? Legalizing drugs.
We must end this failed policy of marijuana prohibition, which has led to the shattering of so many lives, primarily black and brown people.
The bill still needs to pass the Senate, where it faces an uncertain future. Democratic Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has proposed his own bill that would legalize marijuana and has committed to moving forward with it this spring.
New vehicles sold in the U.S. will have to travel an average of at least 40 miles per gallon under new 2026 rules unveiled by the government today. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration said today its fuel economy requirements will undo a rollback enacted under former President Donald Trump. For the current model year, standards enacted under Trump require the fleet of new vehicles to get just over 24 miles per gallon in real-world driving.
And the benefits are going to be real for drivers across America. Starting in model year 2024, when these standards take effect, Americans buying a new vehicle will spend less on gas than they would have if we hadn't taken this step.
The new requirements increase gas mileage by 8% per year for model years 2024 and 25, and 10% in the 2026 model year. Some environmental groups say the new standards aren't tough enough.
Allergy season is right around the corner, and tree, grass, and weed pollens will soon have many of us suffering through allergy symptoms. With global warming and climate change becoming more of a reality, the allergy season is actually starting earlier and lasting longer than in years past. And as the level of pollutants in the air rises, so does the amount of potent allergies. Dr. Ashley Olson is an allergist at SSM Health.
Take your shoes off when you come inside so you're not tracking pollen throughout the house. Consider even changing your clothes if you've been outside for a while and it's a high pollen day. Or come in and take a shower, or take a shower before you go to bed so you're not still covered in pollen and then going to sleep.
If you have intense allergies, a way to keep pollen out of your home is to close your doors and windows.
New legislation would make year-round daylight saving time permanent, which means many of us would be heading to school and work in the dark and seeing more light later in the day. A bill making daylight saving time permanent is gaining steam with lawmakers. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine agrees with eliminating seasonal time changes, but instead recommends year-round permanent standard time, which gives us more light in the morning and less at night, aligning more with our body's internal clock.
If we go on to permanent daylight saving time, then in the winter months, the sun will not be rising until well later than it currently is. So in some places, well after 8 a.m. That's going to make it very difficult for people to wake up and to function.
The U.S. tried permanent daylight saving time before. Congress passed a law in the early 1970s implementing it for 2 years, but Americans didn't like it, and it was repealed. Data shows there are significant health and safety risks when we spring forward an hour in March, including more vehicle crashes, mood disorders, and increased risk of heart attack and strokes. If the House passes the Sunshine Protection Act bill and President Biden signs it, it would take effect in 2023. Well, the time is here to start voting for Madison Magazine's Best of Awards.
The final voting started today. The magazine's editor, Andy Bailing, joins us next with everything you need to know to make your Best of Madison vote count. That's when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
At Star N Bank, we think having choices is important, so you can choose the products that are right for your life. What are you waiting for? Explore the possibilities today at starnbank.com.
You heard it was a hit. You heard it was a smash. A wonder. A phenomenon. An international sensation. But you haven't heard them.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual. If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-6947. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-6947.
Today's the day to go farther with a partner that provides you innovative solutions for your own personal financial future. Explore the possibilities today at starinbank.com.
Welcome back. Lady Gaga is going to be part of the lineup at the 2022 Grammy Awards show this Sunday.
Gaga is a 12-time Grammy winner. She's up for 5 additional awards this weekend, including Record of the Year and Album of the Year. Others also taking part in the show include BTS, Brandi Carlile, Jon Batiste, and Chris Stapleton. The program will also include a tribute to the late Taylor Hawkins, who died last week during a Foo Fighters tour. Trevor Noah is hosting the Grammys. They will be held at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, and they can be seen right here Sunday night on WISC-TV.
Should be a good show. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki is reportedly making a big career move. Psaki, who has served as President Biden's press secretary since he took office in January of 2021, is expected to step down at the end of the month. People familiar with the matter say she's now in advanced contract negotiations with cable news giant MSNBC. Axios, which first broke the news, reported that Psaki will host a show for the network's streaming platform, as well as regular news shows. Psaki and MSNBC have not commented about the reports.
The job market continues to bring on workers at a rapid pace, and businesses are still looking for more. The Labor Department says the U.S. economy added 431,000 jobs last month. That marks the 15th month in a row of job gains. Hiring in leisure and hospitality led the gains, and the nation's unemployment rate now stands at 3.6%.
And it really could choke off some of their margins, meaning they could make less money, and that might mean they slow down their hiring.
For now, plenty of employers are looking for workers. The latest data shows there are nearly a record 11.3 million job openings. The Labor Department says hourly earnings rose in March, up 13 cents to an average of $31.73 an hour.
Stocks closed slightly higher on those March job reports numbers. The Dow Industrials added 139 points, ending the week at 34,818. The NASDAQ was up 40. The S&P 500 tacked on 15. Well, it's time to get online and vote for your favorites for Best of Madison.
The nominations have been narrowed down to the finalists now in each category.
Voting started today, runs through April 30th, and Andy Baling is the editor of Madison Magazine. Welcome back to Live. Good to see you in person on set. This goes way back.
It does go way back.
And we have a lot of the old magazines here.
People will probably recognize some of these covers because they're all up in businesses, and because people just love this poll. It's been around for 41 years.
Wow.
I actually pulled out of the archive our very first Best of Madison cover.
What year was that?
Yeah, 1981.
Oh, and that's great.
It's actually kind of cool that Gail Selk, our former owner of the magazine, she actually was the one to bring the Best of poll to the city regional magazine industry.
Wow.
So we were kind of the first one, and then everyone else followed suit. But yeah, super excited. Final voting is happening all throughout this month, and if you guys don't know yet, you guys are on the list for Best TV News Team.
That's good to hear.
Well, vote for us, we'll send you money.
Yeah, vote early and often.
Now, you can only vote once.
Yeah, that's the thing.
One vote.
Now that it's the final voting.
Yes, and it's incredible. Every year, the number of votes we get, it was 480,000 last year, final votes. Yeah, so we're hoping to top that number again this year.
So do people try to cheat the system by using different emails?
And we use a third-party system that tabulates all of those votes to make sure that we're checking ballot stuffing. So
our mom, it's not going to work for either of our moms.
Yeah. And who can vote? Anybody within the sound of our voice, or you have to be in Dane County?
Anywhere. You can vote from anywhere in the world.
Well, get your mom on this.
Get the word out, yeah.
So you narrowed down the first round of voting into how many finalists?
It's about 6 for each category.
Okay.
It's the top 6 vote getters. There were some ties in a couple of the categories with that bottom 6th place, so you'll see a couple more in a few categories.
And you don't have to vote for everything.
You don't.
It's a long. How many categories are there?
There's hundreds. So yeah, it is a long list. So yeah, you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do. If you really want to be an overachiever, you can go from top to bottom. But yeah.
Somebody's in the newsroom. I don't have a favorite caterer.
Yeah.
So you can skip a and can you go back?
You can, absolutely. Yep, you can vote for something, come back to it.
But just not the same category again.
Just not the same, yeah, just one vote.
And then when will the winners be announced?
It'll be in our August issue, which will actually drop July 21st.
Okay, great.
So we'll have a big hullabaloo for it.
Does this surprise you how big this has become?
Every year, it just amazes me how much the Best of Madison poll is embraced. People are super excited about it, but it's also a really fun time to support local businesses and spotlight some of these really great people in town, both old and new.
Do you have new categories this year?
We do have a couple. The list really changed for COVID. We had takeout and curbside pickup and all that, and a couple of those stayed. But we always are adding and subtracting categories every year. We added Best Server this year. There's a couple new ones.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
And you're right, it's a big deal. You go into any business or office, and if you've won and you got that plaque, it's right on the wall.
Yep, it's very fun to see. It's hard sometimes when you walk into a business. A lot of them have them in their little vestibule areas. It's fun.
Is there an all-time winner?
Actually, yeah, we had because last year was our 40th anniversary, so we spotlighted the ones that had over 50, 40, and 30 wins. So those are the top ones in this issue that was from last year.
That's impressive. Yeah. So where do people vote? Where do they go?
MadisonMagazine.com. You can't miss it right now. It's the second thing on our website.
And if you can't see the ballot, there's an email, and somebody will help you out to see it.
Oh yeah, we'll get it to you somehow.
All right. From now until the end of the month. Vote early. Vote.
Yes, vote early and often
just
for
once.
us. No,
Andy, great to see you.
Great to see you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Still to come before, as the grip of the pandemic loosens, people are getting the travel bug.
And that is causing a rise in travel costs. We'll have more on that coming up after Dana's First Warn forecast.
Make or break moments, especially if you have postmenopausal osteoporosis and a high risk for fracture. It's time to make your move to help reduce your risk of fracture with Prolia. Only Prolia is proven to help strengthen and protect bones from fracture with one shot every 6 months.
Do not take Prolia if you have low blood calcium, are pregnant, are allergic to it, or take Xgeva. Serious allergic reactions like low blood pressure, trouble breathing, throat tightness, face, lip, or tongue swelling, rash, itching, or hives have happened. Tell your doctor about dental problems, as severe jawbone problems may happen, or new or unusual pain in your hip, groin, or thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred. Speak to your doctor before stopping, skipping, or delaying Prolia, as spine and other bone fractures have occurred. Prolia can cause serious side effects like low blood calcium, serious infections, which could need hospitalization, skin problems, and severe bone, joint, or muscle pain.
Don't wait for a break. Call your doctor now and ask how Prolia can help you.
Inflation has surged to a 40-year high. Democrats declared war on fossil fuels, so gasoline prices are at record levels. President Obama's chief economist says inflation is costing your family $4,000 a year. Why? Because Democrats are printing trillions of dollars to pay for their massive deficit spending. Inflation is the Democrats' tax on the middle class. I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message because I'm concerned about rising prices just like you.
There's nothing like the smoking good taste of award-winning beef butter barbecue. Melt in your mouth Texas smoked brisket right here in Madison. Dine in or order for delivery or takeout and see the world's first 20-foot takeout conveyor, delivering barbecue right to your car window. You can also get touchless catering and packaged meals for businesses or special events. Now through April 30th, go online and vote Beef Butter Barbecue for Best of Madison 2022. Best barbecue, best takeout, best catering. Visit beefbutterbbq.com today.
I just want our kids to be kids again. Play sports, go to school, without having to worry all the time.
So when we learned the COVID-19 vaccine is safe for kids age 5 and up,
We talked to their doctor, and she helped our family decide to get our sons vaccinated right away.
And to keep taking safety steps in public, too.
Help your kids stay safe and in school. Find a free COVID-19 vaccine for kids near you at dhs.wi.gov/COVID-19/parents.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Take a look at this. In the National Hockey League last night, Sebastian Aho scored goals at almost the exact same time in two different locations. Sebastian Aho, who plays for the New York Islanders, scored at 7:14 versus the Blue Jackets. 34 seconds later, and 500 miles south, Sebastian Aho, who plays for the Carolina Hurricanes, scored versus the Canadiens. The two Ahos are not related. The Islanders guy is from Sweden. The Hurricane Sebastian Aho is from Finland.
Isn't that interesting? Wow. We're sure they're not related.
Yes, they're not related.
It's a lot of dot connecting.
Yeah.
It was like, well, who's doing what, where, and why?
That was kind of fun.
It was fun. It was fun. It was
Yeah,
fun.
I was going to do an April Fool's thing, but
No, instead we won't.
It's legit, right?
It is legit.
Yeah, I believed you. Just like I said.
It's like I think. I'm pretty sure. I like hockey live. Like when you're at the game,
Yeah.
and it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when the fights break out.
Well, just like UW has such a great crowd for
Yeah.
the men's and women's team. When you show up and everyone is so invested, it's a lot of fun.
And it's right in front of you.
It's right there. You get to be right up close.
All right.
And the fights.
All right, a little more snow. We're not done yet.
No, y'all. It's still a little snowy, still a little chilly outside, still a little rainy also as we look
But
ahead.
not today.
No, today we get sunshine. So why am I even talking about rain showers? I will show you what future track looks like.
It's called a forecast.
I know what I'm doing.
Next.
Is it? Are you sure?
I don't know.
We'll see.
Family is just very important.
She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, I'm gonna be there.
KEYTRUDA and chemotherapy, been treated my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, KEYTRUDA and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. KEYTRUDA is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. KEYTRUDA may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous, non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene, KEYTRUDA helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. KEYTRUDA from Merck. Ask your doctor about KEYTRUDA.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
For bikers, nothing compares to the freedom of the open road. Sadly, all it takes is one careless driver to take that freedom away. If you've been hurt in a motorcycle accident, call Gruber Law Offices today. Proving it wasn't your fault can be extremely difficult without an aggressive team on your side. Insurance companies try to use the law to their advantage, not yours, so call us right now. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Sunny skies for our Friday, and then we fall right back in to a snowy and rainy pattern for the weekend. A little more snow expected for us overnight. It's going to be mixed with rain at times, so a sloshy bit of accumulation expected for us tomorrow morning. It ramps up in the early afternoon. We'll see another opportunity for some light snow building in late Sunday into Monday. So again, a few rounds for us this weekend. Temperature-wise, it will be chilly for the weekend and through most of next week. Next week brings along the chance for some nice April showers. Sunshine currently throughout the state. Our Doppler track pretty quiet right now with high pressure to the south. This system off to the southwest, though, this is what's going to be lifting up and bringing along with it that shower chance for overnight and into tomorrow morning. Rain first, again, possibly mixing with some light snow at times. Temperatures currently in the mid-40s. Turned out to be a really nice afternoon with that light breeze. Mostly cloudy skies developing as we get closer to midnight. This mixed precipitation starts in right around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and we'll continue to see that light snow throughout most of the morning. Now, this is Saturday morning. Not a lot of folks usually out on the roads, but it's still something we're keeping an eye on because things will be a little sloshy for us, and we'll also have reduced visibility with this light snow coming down early in the day. It'll mix with some rain and right around noon before things wrap up in the early afternoon. Temperatures heading into Sunday morning drop down to the mid-20s. We'll have some sun early in the day on Sunday, and then later in the afternoon, cloud coverage builds back in front of our next opportunity for some moisture comes through as light showers, transitioning over to light snow late Sunday night into Monday. So we'll see minor accumulations for us early Monday morning. Right now, we're in the 1 to 2 inch range for most of southern Wisconsin. Isolated areas could get a little closer to 2 to 3 inches for us, but it doesn't look like a big snowmaker. Similar situation to what we've already been through, and in fact, a very common pattern for April, where temperatures right close to freezing, we get a little light snow, and then things clear up later in the afternoon when temperatures climb into the 40s. A winter weather advisory in effect for Grant County for tomorrow morning. That's where we'll see the best chance for accumulation to the west. We do have an alert day in the forecast also, just because that visibility is going to be reduced for us, and it will be a little sloshy outside early in the day for our Saturday. High temperatures tomorrow near 40. It'll be cold with some snow and rain mixed. That wraps up in the early afternoon, leads us into some light sunshine or a little bit of sunshine early Sunday morning before the cloud coverage builds back in and transitions over to some more rain. Rain developing for us Sunday night heading into Monday. Monday we'll have some mix early, another rain chance coming through late Monday night. That turns into some light snow early Tuesday. Wraps up turning into another chance for rain on Wednesday. Do I sound like a broken record yet? Because we'll see flurries with the rain Wednesday night into Thursday. Thursday and Friday, more rain chances expected, with temperatures trending below average. Sunshine possibly next weekend.
I notice we're no longer in the drought.
We aren't. We aren't. We've made a significant dent, and that's a good point. That's a good reminder, because this time last year, right, we were well below average for our rainfall for the spring, and that's what put us in such a drought over the summer. It was very hard to make up that deficit. So if we can stay on track during the spring, it's going to make a big difference for us over the summer.
All right, there's some benefits.
Yes,
there is the silver lining.
Yes, the rain is good.
All right.
Thanks, Dana.
As the pandemic subsides, many American families feel they're in a dire need of a vacation.
But just as COVID restrictions are lifting, now travel prices are increasing.
Natasha Chen reports.
We were just going to come and blow it out.
For families who haven't traveled much in the last 2 to 3 years,
it's given me time to save up and to get organized and budget it.
They're determined to take a trip in spite of the sticker shock. From here in California, where tourists are paying some of the highest gas prices in the nation, to higher airfares due to unprecedented demand, to higher hotel rates like here in Miami Beach, where the average price is more than $500 a night. On the travel website Kayak, recent searches show the average price of domestic flights to Panama City, Florida, for example, is $494. In March of 2019, that would have averaged just over $300. The Kabara family flew from Milwaukee, Wisconsin to Los Angeles.
Once we got out here, we realized that things are very expensive right now.
They decided against a rental car. The average rental car in the U.S., according to Kayak, averages $76 a day, more than $20 higher than 2 years ago. But even without a rental car,
we're actually spending more money in Uber than we are in flying out here.
That's likely because regular gas is on average more than $4 a gallon this month, the highest of any month in history. up from $251 in March of 2019. That's affecting the owner of Starline Tours, who says the company typically spends $100 a day on fuel for these buses. And now they're spending $220 every day.
We've still maintained our prices at the moment, but we're going to have to look at going to full summer pricing right now rather than waiting until the summer.
Kayak shows hotel rates averaging about $300 per night, up nearly $70 since March of 2019. Even theme parks will cost you more, from paid express lines to pricier food.
It is adding up. It's expensive to just eat because these boys they play around. They don't play around. They're hungry all the time.
People are accepting it and they're going. Now maybe they're making adjustments along the way.
While the cheapest single-day Disney tickets stayed the same price since 2019, there are now fewer days priced at value season. Meanwhile, a discount tracking website, Mouse Savers, shows the most expensive types of tickets at Disneyland and Disney World during the busiest season jumped 11 or 12% from 2 years ago. Wherever they go, however much it costs, some families say they just need to get out of the house now, and they'll scale back later.
I think we will probably make a smaller summer vacation because we made a big spring break vacation.
Natasha Chen, CNN, Los Angeles.
Yeah, people need to get moving.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next here on Live at 4, we'll take a look at a movie that won the Best Actor Award at the Cannes Film Festival.
And then coming up next hour at 5, Senator Ron Johnson was in Madison today to drum up election support. What else did he talk about? Our political reporter Will Keneally will tell us more at 5.
Ashley's Spring Semi-Annual Sale is happening now. For a limited time, get a Serta Perfect Sleeper for less than $14 per month, plus $200 in free furniture. Doorbuster mattress discounts up to 65% off, and 5-day delivery on all in-stock mattresses. Right now and only at Ashley.
I know there's conflicting information about Dupuytren's contracture.
I thought I couldn't get treatment yet.
Well, people may think that their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. If you can't lay your hand flat on the table, talk to a hand specialist.
But what if I don't want surgery?
Well, then you should find a hand specialist certified to offer non-surgical treatments.
What's the next step?
Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
Aleve X. Its revolutionary rollerball design delivers fast, powerful, long-lasting pain relief. Aleve it and see what's possible.
This is big for heartburn sufferers. Zantac 360 Degrees has the #1 doctor-recommended medicine approved to both prevent and relieve heartburn. It works in as little as 15 minutes and lasts up to 12 hours. Zantac 360.
At Denny's, we're open for anything, like making our breakfast endless. For a limited time, enjoy all the pancakes, scrambled eggs, and hash browns you want. That's endless yum for just $6.99. New endless breakfast, only at Denny's.
Whoa. How do they get these things to smell so good? Must be magic. Hefty Ultra Strong with Fabuloso scent.
Grass looks great, Zeus. Hey, could you maybe trim the hydrangea too?
Sure thing, Kevin. You want me to do the box suits as well?
No. Finding the right person for the job isn't always easy. But when you have an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can give you personalized advice and could help you save hundreds.
Hey, Medusa, let's boogie.
For expert help with all your insurance needs, get to know your local Geico agent today.
Ashley's Spring Semi-Annual Sale is happening now. Spruce up this season with store-wide furniture savings. For a limited time, discounts up to 54% off. Plus, get an additional 10% off and pay no interest for 36 months. It's the Spring Semi-Annual Sale, only at Ashley.
Tonight at 5, Senator Ron Johnson spoke in Madison in preparation for his 2022 campaign. We'll break down the main takeaways.
Rain and snow later tonight will change to snow early Saturday morning before changing back to rain Saturday afternoon. An alert day is in the forecast for a period of accumulating snow during the morning. I'll tell you how much you can expect at 5.
Tonight at 6, new developments in Wednesday's shooting outside the Dane County Jail. 2 men are in custody now facing charges. That's tonight at 6. Given the weather's satellite a spin, we end up in Vegas.
Nice sunny day there today. I wonder how warm it is.
80 degrees.
Oh, not bad.
Wonder no more.
Look who's here.
We have our Friday buddy, Benny.
This is Benny. Benny is an English cream golden retriever. He belongs to one of our coworkers, Sarah, who on Friday afternoons, he always comes around to visit.
You've gotten bigger since last week.
Yeah.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. All right, going to watch a movie?
It's got to be an honorary news hound, I think.
I think so, too. I think he agrees.
Yes, yes.
All right. Okay, here comes Dana now. An award-winning Australia film about events leading up to the worst mass shooting in that country's history is now streaming online.
Rick Damigella has a preview of Nitram.
Sometimes I watch myself. Hey, Dad.
Hey, man.
But I don't know who it is that I'm looking at.
Caleb Landry Jones portrays Australia's most notorious mass shooter in Nitram, based on real events.
If I could just change it, but I don't know how.
Landry Jones won the Best Actor Award at the 2021 Cannes Film Festival and credits director Justin Kurzel with guiding his performance.
He also gave me kind of perspectives to look from, I suppose. And then he also gave me certain activities, very meditative activities, which started to create something else for me. Justin kept kind of funneling that in, kept making that more and more precise for me in a way of if I'd share something with him or either it was a joke or a song or whatever, I knew right away if it was right or wrong.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
The film and its creators go to great lengths to not glorify the tragic event or the shooter.
We wanted to make the movie about the event and about what happened, but we didn't want to glorify the guy. From the beginning, we wanted to do a kind of like psychological analysis of what does it take? How does this happen? What the movie tries to do is show you those steps, how somebody could fall through the cracks. We'll go for a nice drive, all right? That's what we need to do. We need to go for a nice quiet drive.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Dana's back.
Hey, there was a dog.
Oh, you got sharp teeth. Oh, you got those baby teeth.
Oh, we're wagging. We're really happy. I don't know what movies we were just talking about, but I know.
There's all the mass murder or something. All right, still to come at 4. It's an homage to beloved horror movies and cult films.
It's the play Attack of the Killer Bees, and our Michael Bruno goes backstage at Broome Street Theater to check it out when Live at 4 continues.
Dry eye symptoms keep driving you crazy? Inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Let's kick Ken's ache and burn into gear.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those drops will probably pass right by me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra! No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid eye drop specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Be proactive about managing your symptoms by talking to your doctor about twice daily Xiidra like I did.
I prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-6947. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-6947.
Inflation has surged to a 40-year high. Democrats declared war on fossil fuels, so gasoline prices are at record levels. President Obama's chief economist says inflation is costing your family $4,000 a year. Why? Because Democrats are printing trillions of dollars to pay for their massive deficit spending. Inflation is the Democrats' tax on the middle class. I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message because I'm concerned about rising prices just like you.
News 3 Now is always on.
Download the Channel 3000 app and you'll have access to the News 3 Now newsroom in the palm of your hand.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now. Tonight at 6, new developments in Wednesday's shooting outside the Dane County Jail. 2 men are in custody now facing charges. And the International Save a Life Tour visits Wisconsin. How the program is educating students on safe driving. That's tonight at 6. Well, what do you get when you have to face zombies, pod people, reefer friends, and women in prison?
Every horror movie you've ever loved comes to life in the play Attack of the Killer Bees, as in bee movies.
It's currently being staged at the Broome Street Theater, and our Michael Bruno goes backstage to check it out.
Attack of the Killer Bees is a loving satire parody love letter to all of the camp, cult, indie horror films of yesteryear that Sean Abley, the writer, grew up with and grew to love. He's a big horror movie fan, science fiction fan, and he took all of these favorite characters and mashed them together in a really fast-paced 75-minute story that will leave you and the actors breathless.
The man! No, the giant man! He touched me! He reached out!
I have come to call it the trans-friendly, feel-good horror comedy rom-com you didn't know you needed.
Hey, Gimpy! She's over here!
That's it. I'm leaving. I am so sorry. Please don't listen to him. He doesn't...
Wait a minute, buddy. What's the big idea?
My character's Barbara. You might recognize her from Night of the Living Dead. They're coming to get her. You would probably know that line. She's kind of she's an exaggerated ingenue, and I'm very familiar with those kinds of roles. That's kind of my wheelhouse. You know, I've played Janet in Rocky Horror. I've played Mary Lane in Reefer Madison musical. So this kind of role is like coming home for me. She's kind of the straight woman that moves through the kind of distorted and campy universe.
I love doing camp, and the best thing about this is it's very campy and leans into the cheesiness of these films, but there's a lot of earnestness and heart to it as well. I mean, sometimes as part of the scenes and sometimes very intentional. Again, I won't give away too much, but there's sort of there's a scene in the middle of the play that I think takes the audience by surprise every time, and intentionally so, because you're in the middle of this goofy chase scene, and then all of a sudden there's just this very heartfelt, honest moment, which involves my character. So come see it. It's worth it just for that.
I wonder what's in this cigarette.
I don't know, but I think it's time you and I made a graceful exit. This is a show you're going to recognize the feel of these worlds that these characters get lost in, and you'll just laugh from the beginning to the end.
Your level of understanding of the movies doesn't really necessarily affect your level of enjoyment of the show. I think you can know nothing about any of these movies and still have a really, really great time.
Wait, are there joints in your hands? Or undead my behind, you've been attacked by the evil marijuana! Weed with roots in hell? Excuse my language. The only place you're going is the big house. Come on. Take it easy. Come on.
Not the marijuana.
Brains! Brains!
So this is funny.
It is very funny.
Yeah, that's great. That's what we need right now.
It's all those movies that you saw as kids that were all those big bad B movies that were in black and white. And it's nonstop. They just go through every line you've ever heard, from Attack of the 50-Foot Woman and The Fly and Night of the Living Dead. It's really funny.
And you don't really have to be that familiar with the shows.
No, that's true. I mean, you really don't have to, because the characters are so overdrawn and so overblown that there really is a continual plot line. So you really don't have to know what movie it's from. It just gives you a little added, added incentive that, I don't remember that movie.
Right.
Oh, it looks like fun.
Some of Madison's greatest character actors are all like eating the scenery in this show, too.
Oh, that's great.
Really fun to watch.
And it says Broom Street is very small, so they're requiring masks, even though the cast is all vaccinated.
Yes, that's true. And I think you have to show your proof of vaccination there, too, as well, to be in the audience. Yeah, it's a really tight little space in there.
A lot of airflow.
A lot of exuberance and air being blown out.
It's the Attack of the Killer Bees, the Broom Street Theater, through April 16th. It's at 8 o'clock. Go to bstonline.org for tickets.
All right. What are you doing next week?
Next week, it's Something Rotten, Verona Area Community Theater at the high school in Verona.
Oh, great.
What's the show?
It's something. Mark, you win.
Thank you. I thank the Academy.
Susan, you can slap him.
Don't slap in allowed. All right, Bruno.
Thanks, Michael. Have a good weekend.
We'll have a final check your forecast coming up.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Tony Evers, all of them. They talk, schools close down. Police are attacked, belittled. Critical race theory flourishes. They talk. One person does something. Kevin Nicholson has organized thousands of Wisconsinites to support our police, get kids back in school, and stop crazy teaching. You want talk? Talk. Or something done? The doer is no nonsense Kevin Nicholson as governor.
Fur, you won't faze me. Unlike Zyrtec, Allegra won't make me drowsy.
Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin. So take Allegra before allergy symptoms take over you. And for kids, try allergist-recommended non-drowsy children's Allegra.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Tonight at 5, Senator Ron Johnson spoke in Madison today in preparation for his campaign. We'll break down the main takeaways. Plus, an SSM Health allergist weighs in on what you need to know ahead of allergy season. That's coming up tonight at 5.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team advocates for you, asking the right questions.
Yeah. You hope to make that right.
And getting results.
They sent a water heater the next day after you made the call.
Call for Action, only on News 3 Now.
More snow in the forecast for late tonight. Chilly temperatures extending from the weekend all the way through next week. That's also going to come along with plenty of more rain chances for us next week, starting off April with a bit of a soggy setup, but pretty on par for what we usually see this time of year. We'll be right back.
At Pick and Save, we believe fresh is all about standards. Like for oranges, we check for color and scarring and more. Because when it comes to fresh for everyone, we believe the juice is worth the squeeze. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Dairy farms disappearing, prices up, COVID's still not gone. And what's Ron Johnson done? Voted against new jobs and told us to take mouthwash to cure COVID. I'm Sarah Godlewski. I grew up in Eau Claire where we're more interested in common sense than conspiracies. That's how I've run the state treasurer's office, and common sense is what, quite frankly, we could use in Washington. Practical ideas that just help people, not mouthwash. I'm Sarah Godlewski, and that's why I approve this message.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salon Paws.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salon Paws, it's good medicine.
No matter what you do, who you are, or how much money you earn, when it comes to doing taxes, don't go it alone. Jackson Hewitt Tax Pros will make certain you don't miss out on a single deduction. Get the biggest refund you deserve at Jackson Hewitt.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
At Pick and Save, every free pickup order is picked fresh and packed with care, or we'll make it right. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Well, winter doesn't seem to want to give way to spring, so Louie and Oliver thought it was time to bring some warmth our way.
If not warmth, some smiles. Here's this week's edition of the News Hounds.
Here's the News Hounds, Louie and Oliver, with their World News Roundup.
This week on the News Hounds, it's elephant playtime.
Maybe it's time to leave the pouch.
And who's there?
But first, it's a Caracas pool party canine edition. Some 40 Venezuelan dogs went for a splash and a dip together with their owners at this pool in the eastern hills of Caracas. Dogs spent the morning splashing around in the pool, the first of its kind in the city. One of the human attendees says it's nice to take part in a different type of activity with his dog. This location also doubles as a dog training facility and a canine hotel called Pet Suites. Louis says, sign us up.
You know, sometimes you just have to face facts when it's time to head out on your own. Don't tell that to Poseidon, the baby kangaroo at the San Antonio Zoo, who had a little trouble getting back into his mom's pouch. His mother is Pearl. As you can see, he's starting to grow quite a bit, and as that happens, it gets harder and harder to fit in the pouch. Poseidon is 6.5 months old now. At around 8 to 9 months, he'll leave the pouch for good, only sticking his head back in to nurse from mom until they're about a year old. For Poseidon, finally, success.
That's Samudra playing in the water with a giant log. He's a 13-year-old Asian elephant. He took an afternoon dip in the larger of two pools at Elephant Lands at the Oregon Zoo, which is wide and deep enough for the whole family to enjoy with their pool toys, too. This says the giant log Samudra is flipping around weighs several hundred pounds. No problem. The zoo's award-winning elephant habitat opened in 2015 and was designed to maximize activity with plenty of opportunities to play in the water.
And finally, who do you think you're looking at? A TV station ICAM in downtown Great Falls, Montana, had an early morning visitor. The camera perched atop a bank building downtown is used to check on weather. Sometimes the camera catches something a bit unusual, like a spider or a moth, but this was a first. A wise old owl getting some screen time.
And that's this week's edition of the News Hounds Now Update. Oh, just like a teenager.
Yeah, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you back here on Monday. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.